Hello and welcome to my next Mo Dungeon video. Today I want to talk about dungeons a little bit. It's a big part of the game and I already made like a German kind of guide video about dungeons. It was a while ago, a lot of things changed since then, but yeah, just the basic, some basic informations first maybe. You want to always farm 9 D1 dungeons if you are like free to play or low budget player, because D1 dungeons only cost 2 keys and D2 dungeons will cost 3 keys. So that's the first information. The only difference between D1 and D2 is D2 will give you more item levels, because there are higher enemies and it's so yeah, it's basically a higher level dungeon, so you get higher level items as a reward. And when we start on like, okay, let's start at 91. It's the first dungeon where you kind of farm a little bit more, but okay, I guess you start farming dungeons at like 71. It's your first big dungeon where you farm, because you kind of are stuck at 72 if you not have like the perfect team against it. And so yeah, you basically always try to farm 81, 71, 91, always the D1 dungeons. If you are like paid to win, you can also do the D2 dungeons, of course, because some dungeons are just faster to clear, you get higher level items, it's better, but it's more expensive. And 91 is the first dungeon where I think it's like the first dungeon where you are like close to getting like 2000 gold. I just skipping right here. As you can see, I got like 2.4k loot gold here. I think that was pretty lucky. And if you compare it to a hard dungeon right here, it's like, of course, a little bit more here, 2.8. And so yeah, if I skip right here, 2.6. I think it's always like 200, 300 gold more the higher you go. Of course, it's a little bit RNG heavy, because the loot gold right here is depending on the amount of gold you get on the monster waves. If you clear like 7 monster waves in the dungeon, you can get lucky and get like 7 times, or you can drop gold 7 times, but you can also drop like gold only 3 times, and of course then you get less gold. So yeah, let's skip this one. Yeah, I'm here, 3k gold right here, and if you compare it to the latest one, that should be the most amount. Yeah, 4.3k. It's getting a little bit more the higher the maps are. And important to know as well, you can buy keys right here. I think I can buy them on my World 2 account. Yeah, you can get keys on this merchant for 2k gold each. So if you're already on like 91, or at least 91, optimally you want to be 10 D1, you're getting enough, you get more gold than you get the keys cost, and so buying them will be worth it. Before that, I think on map 8 it will not be worth it. You get less gold than 2k gold. But yeah, that's basically it. And another important thing to know is that you can also play on a lower difficulty, on medium, compared to harder difficulty. Harder difficulty are a bit tougher, because the enemies will reach another threshold, another upgrade point, because as you can see, the enemies here on this dungeon are level 77, and if I do a hard dungeon, they will be level 80. So they are upgraded to level 80 plus, and because of that, they will have higher base stats, and the dungeon will be way harder than on medium. But that is not the reason why I play this on medium difficulty. It's because on medium difficulty you will have 2 loot chests. I will show them to you when I find them. One is right up there and the others on the next stage. And yeah, you want to farm them because there are 2 loot chests in the dungeon. And on hard difficulty there's usually just 1 loot chest. I'm not sure if it's on like every dungeon, but the chest was there. Up there is like a key and a heal, of course. I I got confused. Right as I talked about it, I was like, there is no loot chest up there. But I know there are 2 on the medium difficulty. So yeah, the 1 loot chest is, was at the beginning. The second is let's wait for the map. There's a key right under me right now. There's a key. There's a heal, and on the right side should be a loot box then. Alright. Yeah, there's the heal, and somewhere here is the loot box. So you have 2 loot boxes. But yeah, every wave you clear, you get a chance to drop gold, as I mentioned earlier, and you can check how much gold you already dropped on your gold bag. Let's wait a bit. Right here, you can see I dropped gold for 3 times. It's not so lucky, I guess. But yeah, it's a little bit RNG on how much gold you get. As you can see, this chest was empty, no gold for me there. So this one will be a pretty low amount of gold. But yeah, sometimes you're lucky, sometimes not. But in the middle, medium runs are slightly, I think it's the same amount of gold in the end because you're at a lower difficulty, or you get like a little bit more gold on medium. But it's not big of a difference. Of course, if you want to do it, you can also play for hard because you get 1 level higher item as a reward. Right there, also loot. So as you can see right here, 1.4k gold. It's like nothing. Just barely over 2k gold. Pretty unlucky run right here. Also happens sometimes. But yeah, that's the difference. On medium difficulty, you always get like 2 loot chests, and on hard difficulty only 1. But hard difficulty usually gives you more base gold, so it's like pretty much the same amount of gold you get. I like to do it on medium here on my free-to-play because it's also easier. I know the gold difference is not that big, and the +1 level is not so big for me as well. But on my pay-to-win, of course, I would always go for hard. And yeah, let's check on my World 1 again. But yeah, so you basically always want to farm the highest D1 dungeons you can farm, because you can see right here again, 4.3k gold. It's a insane amount of gold you get on this map. I think they kind of overdid it with this one. I mean, if you compare it to this dungeon right here, okay, also pretty lucky. As you can see, last time I did get like 1.4k. This time I get like 3k gold. It's a pretty big difference, I would say. But also, I think it's also like pretty unbalanced right here, because you get, like, as you can see, level 43 items. Oops, I didn't want to do that. And on D2, you only get level 44 items. And the difference between D1 and D2 was always higher than it is here. As you can see, also less good from this dungeon. So basically 12D2 is pretty garbage. I would say. So this is the dungeon to go, but this one sucks because it has like 3 floors in it and it's super long and annoying. But yeah, that's this. And if you compare it to like a lower level, on this you get like level 33 items, and on this you get 36 items. So it's a 3 level items difference. On this you get like 38, on this 41, also 3 levels, and on this it's only 1 level. It's kind of like super strange. But yeah, the first item you really gonna farm is 71, because you might be stuck at 72 at some point. So that's that, the first dungeon you farm. Then 81 is also kind of annoying, but you kind of do it. And 91 was like the first dungeon I really farmed a lot on my free-to-play, because I wasn't able to auto-farm this dungeon for a long time. And the difference between 10D1 and 11D1 is, I would say 11D1 is like 20% harder. You need 20% more damage to clear this as well after you're clearing 10D1. But the difference to 12D1 is insane. 12D1 is way harder than 11D1. So yeah, it's not that you can't say like every map it's to the next map it's always the same. It's kind of yeah. Just compare map 10 to map 11. It's such a big difference. Like you can't even clear map 10, the last dungeon, but you already cleared like the next map. It's kind of imbalanced a little bit. But yeah, I think that's it. I hope I helped you a little bit, and I see you in the next video.